Okay, so hopefully this will work this time. It seems when I jump on a live, the fact that I don't have sound on my phone because my speaker is broken. Hey Michelle, I'm so sorry about previously. I forget my speaker's broken, so I had to put in my headset. So now that I almost have the look done, I decided to delete the first video and try again. Hopefully you guys can hear me now though. Okay, I'm just trying to fill in the spots that I've rubbed off while trying to draw my lines. We're doing a pumpkin and spice look here. I've already done the spice side right here. And now we're just working on the pumpkin part, as you can see. I'm using a different Halloween paint this time rather than the Wet n Wild. Donnie, why you didn't tell me my sound wasn't working, man? You hopped on earlier and didn't tell me anything. It's not your fault, though. It's my fault for not remembering. I'm just harassing you. If you guys are hopping on live, though, be sure to say hello or put a 1 in the comment if you're watching live. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay and put a 2 in the comments. I'm just touching up the areas where I've rested my hand and the paint has come off. Jennifer, is this better? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for telling me because, oh my word, I would have just continued with no sound. I can't believe I did that. I can't wait to get a new phone. I was supposed to have it last weekend and didn't. So I've gotten the eyeliner area done. We're just going to go in and kind of smudge it a bit. Okay, I think I'm only messing it up now. Let me do it this way. Whoops. It's being a bit of a challenge. I've never used this eyeliner before. It's the Wet n Wild eyeliner. They had them on sale for 98 cents, and I was like, you know what? Let me get one of those rather than waste my waterproof. Thank you. Yeah, I can't believe I did that. It's a mess. I'll get me a new phone eventually, though. See, this paint is different and it peels off. That's the only thing I'm not liking about it. When you get used to using a certain type of face paint and then you turn around and you use a different one and it does this, it's so frustrating. Karen, can you get Mommy a couple of Q-tips, please? Let's see if that will work with the smudging, because using my fingers just rubbing the rest of the paint off from the orange, and I don't want to do that. I'm just making these lines a bit darker and bigger because we're going to try and smudge them a bit to give an effect. Hopefully it works. Nope, it's still rubbing it off. Okay, well, we'll just go with it. So I'm going to color in the eye now to give the black eye look. I might just end up painting over the lines just to smear them out, because it seems this paint wants to peel off when I touch it. Again, for those of you who were hopping on earlier and I didn't have sound, I apologize. I keep forgetting I have to stick an earpiece in because my speaker is broken. So But yeah, we are creating the pumpkin look here. And I'm using a new face paint that I've never used before. Let's see, what is it? What did I do with it? It's a different kind of Halloween paint. That's all I know. And all I can tell you is I don't like it compared to the Wet n Wild. The Wet n Wild is like smooth and it goes on easily. And I don't have a problem with it. So again, we're creating the pumpkin look effect here. And I'll take before and after pictures so you guys can see the, because on this side here, we have the spice side for the pumpkin spice. I keep wanting to say sugar and spice because that's what the usual saying is, but it's pumpkin spice is what I'm going with tonight. We're just filling in the eye here to give the patch the look like you would on a jack-o'-lantern. And as you can tell, I'm smearing, but you'll have to forgive me because, like I said, I've never used this paint before, and every time I touch the orange, it's coming off. So it's kind of disappointing because that is not what I was trying to do. Okay. We're just going to fill this in here. And I'm using an eyeliner that I just happened to buy for like 98 cents because you know what? I didn't want to waste my waterproof one anymore. Plus, my daughter's griping that she can't get it off because she doesn't know how to wash her face, apparently. Outline this. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday evening. I know the kids right now, they're in, I believe, Muskogee at a football game. And with it being cold, I had to be sure my youngster bundled up and took a blanket. That way she wouldn't be freezing her tushy off. Alright, so we are... Okay, so we've got the eye filled in now. We're going to go in and fill the mouth. Again, over here, it's like, let's see, maybe if I use a brush. I'm trying to give it a smudge look. I've never dealt with this eyeliner before, so it's not working how I'd hoped. Of course, this eyeliner is different, and every time I touch it, the orange paint comes off and I have to fill it back in, so oops, see. So we're just kind of going with it here. Thank you guys for hopping on and watching, though. If you could like and share, that would be awesome. That way, if anybody else wants to use this idea, they can. I would highly recommend not to use the orange face paint at Walmart, though, because it comes in this little tube. Oh, here it is. It is Rubies, and it's Cream Makeup Farden Cream is what it's called, and it's the orange one. I'm using it, and I tell you what, it keeps flaking off when I touch it to try and smear. Okay, so we're going to fill in here so we can finish giving the jack-o'-lantern look. Again, this is, as you've seen in my title, the pumpkin and spice look. Over here is my spice, and then the pumpkin effect here for the jack-o'-lantern, of course. I hope you guys are enjoying your Friday evening. If you're not at the football game, I'm sure you're probably spending time with family or chilling on the couch watching Netflix. was trying to go for the pumpkin look tonight that wasn't too scary. So I figured we'd do, well, instead of sugar and spice, we're doing pumpkin and spice. Since so many people around this time start to get into the pumpkin spice stuff, I think they actually get into it sooner than that, but if you're hopping on and you're hopping on while I'm live, be sure to put a 1 in the comment to let me know that you've watched live. If you're a replay watcher, you can type replay or put a 2 in the comments. This just lets me know how many of you were live and how many of you were a replay. Either way, it doesn't matter. If you see it, you see it. It tickles me pink either way. Oh, my nose is running, you guys. Sorry. Okay, I'm just going to sharpen this back up because I'm dulling it out here. Hi, Angela. Thank you. I had to restart my live. Thanks to Jennifer. She told me that there was no sound after I had already done like 20 minutes of recording. So I had to hop off and restart it. And this is where we're at. I was supposed to get the phone replaced, but that is yet to happen, so we're still having to remember to put in an earpiece. Now you guys can use any makeup you prefer, or Halloween makeup. Again, my recommendation, I wouldn't use this one. That's the one I'm using. And it just keeps peeling off once it's touched. The one I've used prior to that stays on is this one right here. The Wet n Wild. It's the palettes. Those stay on and it does what you want it to. Okay. Sorry, I'm not trying to flip anybody off. I'm just trying to smear this out. Sitting there using my fingers, not thinking. Blushes. Trying to smear this out without ruining the rest of my face. Well, hot dog, for once I got my line right. And just drew. I didn't even... Alright. So we're getting there. Sorry guys, I know this takes a bit, especially when I get quiet and don't have anything to say. When you guys hop on and you have something to say, it gives me more to talk about because I can respond to you. So be sure to comment below. If you have any questions pertaining to any of the products that I'm using tonight, just message me. I will more than gladly let you know. But again, I will tell you right now, the orange paint that I'm using is a brand I've never used before. And I can honestly say I am not too pleased with it, because I could barely rub and voila, it's coming off already. Just with one light rub. Whereas with the Wet n Wild, it lasts. I'll be sure and do pictures after, of course, with the inspired look. I used Kelsey Little's look, but of course mine's not going to look close to hers, because trying to smear the black lines is causing the orange paint to come off. So if you want a good paint for your Halloween look, use the Wet n Wild palettes. That's these right here. They're like $4.98 at Walmart, but they work really well, and they give you the look you want. So anyway, I think we're almost done here. And just fill in these orange areas that have come off. Alright, so there's my look. You have the spice right here, and then of course the pumpkin right here. So that's my pumpkin and spice look. I've got the eyeliner wing going, and the purple and brown shadow with the long eyelash. No lips tonight, as it's covered in black. To give that jack-o'-lantern look. Miss Shannon, how are you, dear? Okay, and I didn't do the neck because I figured that would just be too much, so we're going to go with the black and cover in here. You can see. They look like a pumpkin. I don't know that pumpkin smile, though, unless you make them smile, right? Anyway. That's my look for tonight. So if you guys have any questions pertaining to the products, just be sure to comment, because again, this is the Wet n Wild eyeliner that I've used. And then of course we've got the Lime Life eyeliner over here, and the Lime Life blush, and the eyeshadow, and the eyebrow pencil. All of this here is Halloween makeup. Again, for the last time, you heard me mention it all throughout the video. This right here is what I used for the orange. And I'll tell you right now, I will show you back here, but you can see I'm trying to smear this thing and it's rubbing off. And it's not supposed to rub off. It's supposed to be able to endure a rub, because I wanted to get the lines to look a little shadowy, but the paint's coming off and it wasn't supposed to. So if you get orange paint to do a pumpkin look, be sure you get the Wet n Wild palette, which is like $4.98 at Walmart, to do your look, because that way it won't come off so easy. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday evening, whether you're at home or a football game, and thanks for hopping on and watching. You guys have a blessed night. Bye.